Hello friends, Jupiter, also called Brahaspathi or Guru, transits on 18th October from 2nd house to 3rd house of Taurus ascendant. Jupiter exalts when it enters 3rd house and remains exalted during the entire time in 3rd house from 18th October to 5th December. Exaltation means the planet attains its maximum power. We are going to analyze the importance of that for the Taurus ascendants. 3rd house resembles your courage, talents, then activeness, dedication and active approach towards your goals. Also the proper functioning of your internal organs, your siblings, relatives of your father's side, neighbors and your shoulders and the upper part of your chest. There is another important fact to be mentioned because the Jupiter is the lord of your 11th and 8th houses. 8th house is the worst house in any birth chart which resembles the setbacks in life, falls, losses, then negative mental conditions and then life-threatening or fatal situations, sorrows, grief, death and the lifespan. So mostly negative matters. So the Lord of the 8th house mostly exerts negative influences to the houses where it transits. But it doesn't do so for the 11th house as it belongs to him. So the Jupiter's influence on 3rd house will be negative for many of those mentioned earlier, which are regarded as the matters related to 3rd house. But the influence will be varying degrees for various matters. Generally, the exalted Jupiter is regarded as beneficial for the siblings. It generally leads to the well-being and prosperity of your siblings. And also, they are to be maintained very good relationship with you and even gain your assistance also. But here, as the Jupiter represents 8th house and the Jupiter also generally is not good for the 3rd house. So accordingly, it will not give the positive outcome to the extent as expected. There will be some positive outcomes for your siblings, but not as its usual behavior in 3rd house. Not as its usual behavior in 3rd house. Because there is an additional negative thing also, no? Because it represents the 8th house. But for many of the other things which I mentioned as the matters resembled by 3rd house, the Jupiter's influence is not good, negative for them, for most of them. Especially, it's not good for your health related matters which I mentioned earlier, which are related to your 3rd house. But there's a good news also because the Jupiter represents 11th house. So it doesn't do bad things for the 11th house. So as the Lord of the 11th house, exalted Jupiter aspects the 11th house from 3rd house. Because it is placed in the 3rd house, it can aspect to the 11th house. 11th house resembles income and social affairs. That will be beneficial for your income and interaction with your friends. And even with your working colleagues in your workplace and with the external society. Your income might grow and will be consistent. As the exalted Jupiter is placed in marriage triangle and aspects the 7th house, it might exert some mixed influences on your marriage, spouse, partnership, businesses. But remember, Jupiter retrogrades from 11th November 2025 to the 11th March 2026. So that might lead to delaying some of its influences or disturbances for some of its influences, because for certain influences of Jupiter will be delayed or might get disturbed by the retrograding of Jupiter during that period mentioned. So right now the Sun is in debilitated state in 6th house up to 16th November, and the Venus also in debilitated state in 5th house up to 2nd November. So debilitated Sun and Venus means negative influences to the matters resembled by those houses. So what are they? 6th house resembles your health, illnesses, enemies, then your power to overcome your enemies, and then your control over your subordinates at your workplace, and also your control over your domestic servants, then your stomach and some other organs like womb and some organs related to your digestive system and digestion of food, fertility, organs related to reproductive system, impregnation or becoming pregnant, then miscarriage or abortion, so etc. So debilitated Sun in 6th house means negative influences for all or many of those things. The extent it influences depends on how the planets are placed in your birth chart at the time of your birth, and also your Vimshottari Dasha and Antardasha at present. So similarly, the Venus is debilitated in your 5th house, and the 5th house resembles children, education, love affairs and heart. During this entire period, Rahu and Ketu remains in 10th and 4th houses respectively. 10th house resembles profession. Although the Rahu is in powerful state, it's in wrong place. It disturbs the stability or consistency of your profession. Sometimes it lifts you very high suddenly, and then similarly you might fall on ground in an unexpected movement. You might travel a lot with regard to your profession or even overseas. Ketu is in bad enemy state in your 4th house, causing problems to your long-term fixed assets such as lands, vehicles, buildings, and also your home or place of residence. As the Lord of your 9th and 10th houses, the Saturn still brings you positive influences on your income and profession while staying in your 11th house. So this is the common explanation on Jupiter transition on Taurus ascendants, but this might be different from your own personal astrology reading based on your birth chart or Janam Kundali. Your birth chart means how the planets were placed in the sky at the exact time of your birth. To get more accurate and personalized reading based on your birth chart, then you have to consult an astrologer. Remember, you can change your destiny with the guidance of astrology. That is one reason for the existence of astrology. It is the light to show you the path towards your present and future in the darkness. With the guidance of astrology, you can plan well, act wisely to change the destiny in your future.